Now, please don't miss this, guys. Follow this. So, seriously, this went on for 7 months, going from city to city, all this stuff, and they watched it all happen. Finally, they went to the priests and the diviners, and they went, what are we supposed to do here? And they came up with some ideas. They said, okay, here's what you do. You take and you make golden mice, and you make golden tumors, hemorrhoids, all right? I've always thought that was kind of funny because, when it got back to Israel, they were right there. Somebody had on their coffee table a real conversation piece. Little knick-knack there. What's that? Oh, those are golden hemorrhoids. Let's talk about that. That was going, there they were right there. It's like, wow. So he says, you do all this, you send it back because this will make it so that God will let up on you. Now follow me here. All locations. If I had a gallon of milk in my hand right now, and I take a swig of that gallon of milk, and I go, oh my gosh, the milk went bad. So then I take another swig. Oh my gosh, that milk is so bad. Now, because I know you guys love me, probably about, 5th, 6th, 7th time I did that, you'd go, hey, stop it. Get some different milk, dude. You let it go for a while because, let's face it, it's kind of funny. But the reality is, stop drinking the bad milk. Here's why I say that. Guys, did you notice it says that they went to the diviners and the priests? Who's that? They're the diviners and priests of Dagon. You see, the same people that failed them the first time is who they went back to say, now what should we do? What? How foolish is that? Now, guys, I would look at that and go, boy, they were just dumb back then. I got to tell you, I've been doing this over 40 years, guys, and I have watched people, smart people sometimes, and I've watched them go to friends, to families, to acquaintances, and get some advice that was horrific advice, and do it, and their life got completely messed up. And I've watched everything fall apart in their life and the things going on, just waiting for an opportunity. And they go right back to the same people that told them how to mess up their life in the first place, violating God's principles, and say, what do you think I should do now? Oh my gosh, what is wrong with you? How can actual smart people turn around and be that foolish that they would follow someone who already misled them and do it over and over and over? Romans chapter 1, verse 22 says, professing to be wise, they became fools. Guys, you have to understand, don't miss this. I promise you this is true. Sin makes smart people dumb. I've seen it all my life. It just does. Sin makes sometimes extremely smart people dumb. Because they mess with God, it ruins their life, and they do it over and over. Now, I can give you an illustration of that. Watch what happens next. 1 Samuel chapter 6, verses 7 through 12. Now therefore take and prepare a new cart and 2 milch cows on which there was never been a yoke, and hitch the cows to the cart and take their calves home away from them. And take the ark of the Lord and place it on a cart and put the articles of God of gold, which you return to him as a guilt offering, in the box by its side. Send it away that it may go. And watch, and if it goes by the way of its own territory to Beth-shemesh, then he has done this great evil. But if not, then we shall know that it was not his hand that struck us. It happened to us by chance. Then the men did so and took 2 milch cows and hitched them to the cart and shut up their calves at home. They put the ark of the Lord on the cart and the box with the golden mice and the likeness of their tumors. And the cows took the straight way in the direction of Beth-shemesh, and they went along the highway, lowing as they went, and they did not turn aside to the right or to the left. And the lords of the Philistines followed them to the border of Beth-shemesh. Verse 16 says, and when the 5 lords of the Philistines saw it, they returned to Ekron that day. Now, I don't want you to miss what's going on here, guys. But here's how it lays out. These guys said, hey, if you're going to send this back, this is the priests and the diviners. If you're going to send this back, here's what you need to do. I want you to take cattle, 2 cows that have never had yokes on them. Now, just so you know what they were trying to do, guys, they were totally trying to stack the deck for a very specific purpose. And I'm going to show you that. You take these cattle who have just been, they've been out grazing in a field, and you put this on them, so you're going to use them. Now, you have to understand from a animal husbandry situation, those cattle, because they've never done this before, they've never been trained, they would automatically go right back and they would just graze in the same field they'd always been in. That was the first step that they're going to do. The second step had to do with these dudes. All right, so the idea behind this is this. Then you take their calves and you separate them and put them away, like in a barn. Now, you know a little bit about that. Whenever the calves are taken away from the mama, they start doing things where they're bawling. They're crying out for their mama. All right, that's what happens. And so very naturally, the moms would immediately go to where the calves were. All right? So that's how they had this thing set up. Guys, what you have to realize is this. What they were trying to do was stack the deck so that they could end up going, you know what, this is nothing more than just a big misunderstanding. Oh, we didn't fail. Dagon, our God, no, they didn't fail. God didn't succeed. God didn't win this. This is just a coincidence. Now, it's fair to look at this and go, well, why did they do that? All right, think about everything they'd already seen. They already saw the horrible tumors. They saw the death. They saw the rats. They saw all the things that had happened. And it happened in city after city after city for 7 months. They'd already seen all that. Why did they do this? I'll tell you why. Because first of all, they wanted to save their job. Guys, they were working for Dagon. They'd failed miserably. And so they needed to be able to save their job. But the second thing is this. Now, don't miss this. Guys, if this was nothing more than just bad luck, if this was just a coincidence, you don't have to be accountable to bad luck. But if this came from God, if this was really violating God and God was taking it out on you, now all of a sudden some changes had to be made.